And you're back with more Wealth Guardians. We are guarding your retirement from market losses with safe money strategies. Folks, if you want to get in on the conversation this morning, that number is 336-777-1600. I think in this segment I am going to give that book away to one of our listeners up in the high country, so stay tuned for that. We'll try to do that towards the end of the segment. First, I want to get into our philosophy a little bit because I haven't talked about that too often, and I think this is an appropriate time to do it. All three of us believe deeply that the way we manage money, that the way we run our business is that we believe that all wealth that anybody achieves is a blessing from God. In fact, that we think that everything we own really is God's, and we're just a part-time caretaker. A good friend of mine likes to say, how many times have you seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul trailer? It just doesn't happen, folks. You don't take it with you. So, if that's the case, then, God's entrusted us to manage those assets and for a short period of time. So we must endeavor to be good stewards of those resources, pure and simple. So anyway, that's our philosophy. That's what we believe in, and that's what we try to do. We try to make sure that the money that you entrust in us is safe. We definitely want to guarantee a sizable portion of your retirement assets. We want to make sure that you have an income stream there that's guaranteed for life, that's going to get you through the rest of your life, maintaining the standard of living that you want. I want to break for just 1 second because a lot of you folks have asked me over the past week about how my pastor's doing, because I mentioned on this show several weeks ago he was in a battle for life with cancer, and he's doing well. In fact, we had dinner with him last night at one of my clients' house. In fact, a bunch of us from the old church had dinner, and many of you had Lenny on your prayer lists, and we appreciate that so much. And I just wanted to let you know that he went through an incredible journey fighting this cancer. And 3 weeks ago, he had a surgery called a high-pack surgery at Bowman Gray School of Medicine in Winston-Salem, and is doing very, very well. So thank you, folks, for your prayer, and it certainly is a time of praise for him. Today he's packing up, and he's moving back to his hometown of Reedsville, which is just north of Winston-Salem and Greensboro. And all you folks who listen to this show in the Reedsville area certainly know of Dr. Lenny Stadler. He's been a long-time fixture in your area, as was his father. And all right, so moving on here. Let's go ahead and give a book away. I'm going to give a book away. First off, let me tell you why I'm doing it. I'm going to give a book away every week this week leading up to the seminar in Blowing Rock. And again, that seminar is Saturday, September 10th from 11:30 to 1:30 at the Canyons Restaurant in Blowing Rock. And if you want to attend that seminar, you need to call, and I would suggest you call right now. It's 800-515-2919 to reserve your seat. September the 10th, 11:30 to 1:30. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a book away, Invest with Success. It's Dr. Schaap's book, and he will autograph it for you. So I'm going to give a book away to the first caller from the high country listening to us from WXIT, AM 1200. So call us at 336-777-1600, and JJ will take your contact information, and we'll get that book to you.
Yeah, we had a caller called in, didn't want to be on the air, but wanted to know if you thought there was going to be a QE3.
Oh, QE3.
Not to be confused with QE1 and 2.
You talking about the Queen Elizabeth II?
No, we're talking about. In other words, what we're going to do is another stimulus.
I know, JJ. I'm just trying to be funny. It's early on a Saturday morning. It's raining outside,
Have some more coffee.
All right, QE3. Probably. I think, I addressed this last week some. Bernanke is hell-bent on doing everything he possibly can, and his view of getting us through this trying time is a Keynesian view of government spending money. And while they may not call it QE3, they'll call it something else. Yeah, I think it's going to happen. And, is it going to work? I think not. I mean, QE1 did not work. QE2 did not work. The only thing they did was cause the dollar to fall and oil prices to go up and commodity prices to go up. So here's the thing, though. When it starts, how long is it going to fool Mr. Market? Because if you recall, the moment they started QE2 last September, the market took off, and it rallied long and hard. My question is, my concern, if you will, is, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Is the market gonna view this the same way they did QE2, or will they view it differently? Have an exit strategy, folks. Please have an exit strategy. Well, it's an interesting time we live in. There's no doubt about it. Very interesting time. JJ, do we have a winner yet?
Not as yet, no.
Okay. All right, folks. Listeners on WXIT, 336-777-1600. Get your free book. All right, I want to move on a little bit right now and talk just quickly about, again, where this market may be headed over the next days and weeks. We had an event on Thursday called the Death Cross. That is basically when the 50-day moving average crosses down and below the 200-day moving average. And the only reason that's important is because a lot of institutions use that as their trigger to get out of the market. Now, the opposite effect is called the golden cross, when the 50-day moving average crosses the 200-day moving average going up. That, too, is a trigger for most institutions to get in. So what I'm telling you here is that was triggered on the S&P 500. It has not been triggered on the Dow. And it does not necessarily mean that we're destined for lower prices. It is just another one of those signs that we're watchful for and that we look out for to just kind of give us guidance as to what's going on in the market. I do not believe in just sitting here blindly holding on to stocks and mutual funds and letting the market whipsaw us around. You know that. We're against buy and hold, always have been. All right. Anyway, that's a little bit on the death cross. We'll see how that plays out. Yeah, I've got enough time to do this. All right, folks, here is a little tip going into this fall time frame. Something that I discovered looking at charts over the years. Well, I guess I have to hold that off to after the bottom of the hour break. Folks, coming back from the bottom of the break, I am going to give you something that historically 83% of the time has averaged about a 20% return, and it's a pretty easy thing to do. So hang on to your hats. Be back with us. We won't be gone long. You're listening to the Wealth Guardians.